Coming up on Mountain News at 6, the city of Frankfort and state government is preparing for Inauguration Day as Governor Andy Beshear is set to be sworn in again. Plus, one heavily traveled route in southeastern Kentucky is undergoing maintenance by the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
Plus, we are giving you the first alert for an active weekend forecast. Those details coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
We finally made it to the weekend, and we hope you enjoy your Friday evening because big weather changes are on the way. First Alert meteorologist Cameron Aaron is tracking the possibility of storms in December and then some wintry precipitation. Cameron.
Yeah, Steve, a busy weekend forecast on the way. We do have a First Alert weather day in place tomorrow, also on Sunday, so be sure to stay weather aware. Watching out for several threats. One of those, heavy rainfall, also tracking some gusty winds. And again, like you mentioned, possibly a few snowflakes by Sunday, also on Monday. Now we are watching out for a low severe weather threat, but still some heavier pockets of showers are possible. Also tracking winds up to 30 or 40 miles per hour by tomorrow, also on Sunday. But this evening, be sure to enjoy the awesome weather we have on tap. Here's a live look from the London Corbin Airport. We are dry. That current temperature is also above average, 56 degrees, 58 for Jackson, also in Pikeville, and 60 at this hour over in Floyd County for Prestonsburg. So once again, we are tracking some nice weather into this evening. A clean sweep on First Alert pinpoint Doppler, but notice as we zoom out, we are tracking that next weather system close to Oklahoma City, and this upper level low that will bring more showers, also gusty winds to our region as we go into this weekend. So again, be sure to just stay weather aware. Also have that First Alert weather app on standby. And notice into next week, we are tracking some drier weather, but also some cooler conditions. Those details plus your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thanks. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear and Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman will take their oaths of office next Tuesday. Inauguration Day brings with it a lot of activities in Frankfort. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what people in the city and coming into the city for the day can expect.
There's been a flurry of activity around the Capitol building over the past few weeks, leading to something that only happens here once every 4 years.
It's an exciting time for our city. There's a lot of activity, a lot of planning, a lot of details, and we're hoping that a lot of people will come and join us for the inauguration festivities.
A massive tent is now in the Capitol parking lot, and parking Monday and Tuesday will be limited. People are encouraged to use a shuttle service at the Cabinet for Health and Family Services building.
It's a festive time. There's a lot of excitement. A lot of people come into town, and you know, seeing the parade is always fun, and it's a big deal.
This will be the 62nd Kentucky inauguration. There is a theme for all the events of Forward Together. In fact, the grand marshals for the parade will be educators as well as healthcare providers, with the theme also of the struggles and the successes the state has faced over the past 4 years. Governor Beshear's first term was marked by COVID-19 and natural disasters, but he says the state also made a lot of advancements.
And this inauguration is going to be more thematic than in the past. You look at the parade and telling the story of the last 4 years, not of me, but of all Kentuckians.
Many of the inaugural events, from the breakfast, parade, and 2 o'clock swearing-in ceremony Tuesday, are free and open to the public. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Parking will not be allowed on the parade route up Capitol Avenue from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Tuesday, and there is no public parking on the Capitol campus or garage from 7 a.m. to 12 a.m. on Tuesday. We have a link to the website that has more information about all this on WYMT.com. The man accused of shooting and killing his father and grandfather is back in Kentucky. During a grand jury session earlier this month, Austin Prather was indicted for 2 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, 3 counts of robbery, and 1 count of tampering with evidence. Detectives with the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office went to Indiana to pick Prather up and take him back to Pulaski County. He was then taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center. A Wayne County man is behind bars after police say he tried to break into a home. Early this morning, 911 dispatch received a call of a man trespassing at an apartment on Surrey Hill Road in Monticello. Justin R. Hundley of Monticello was taken into custody and faces multiple charges, including attempted burglary. Hundley was taken to the Wayne County Detention Center. Contractors working for the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet have recently finished repairing embankments on Pine Mountain going along U.S. Highway 119. As a result, some spots along the road are now missing a guardrail. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox has more on concerns from community members and the plan in place from the Department of Highways.
An already beautiful, yet sometimes scary, drive has become more unsettling for commuters.
There's a lot of traffic here, and the mountain's unsafe most of the time, but when bad weather comes, it becomes even more unsafe. And with just the cones up instead of guardrails, we don't have any way of not sliding over the mountain.
Boggs has lived on Pine Mountain her entire life. She said it has come a long way in terms of safety, but now she and others are not only concerned for themselves, but kids traveling.
We know probably if a bus hits a guardrail, it's not going to hold it completely, but it could hold it enough to maybe get students off, or if the guardrail's there, I know this sounds crazy, but if the guardrails are there, the parents we feel a little more comfortable.
The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet does have a plan in place. Officials say they have awarded a contract to reinstall guardrails.
So all of those sites that we had taken down those guardrail in order to complete those repairs, it will all go back up.
Woodward says they plan to begin work soon.
It's a top priority for us. So our contractor knows that, and we hope to have them out there within the next week or so, weather permitting.
Woodward urged that while traffic cones are in place, people should not try to take them, which she says they have had a problem with in the past. In Letcher County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Letcher County School Superintendent Denise Yantz also told WYMT that the school district has been in communication with the Department of Highways as they are also concerned about the road conditions. She says they have people checking roads throughout the district before school, including along US 119. One of 4 ribbon-cutting ceremonies this week in Hazard was held this afternoon. Davidson Moore Eye Care has been open since earlier this year. Dr. Jordan Davidson is an optometrist and a Hazard native who went to optometry school in Pikeville. After working with a private practice in Lexington, he knew he wanted to bring his skills back home to Perry County.
It feels great. Unfortunately, I graduated optometry school during COVID, so the plan to open the practice got kind of put on the back burner for a little bit. But after 3 years in practice down in Lexington, I'm now here, and I plan to be here full time.
Davidson says he would love to expand in the future, but for now, his focus is on his Hazard office. The City of London unveiled its Safe Haven Baby Box, allowing babies to be surrendered at the London Fire Department. WYMT's RJ Johnson has more on that.
The work for a Safe Haven Baby Box started last year when the then North Laurel senior Maggie Moore wanted to bring it to London.
It started at our 13th region meeting when Monica Kelsey came to share about the Safe Haven Baby Boxes, and it all snowballed from there. I decided we needed one in London.
She says this was personal for her as she was put up for adoption at birth, which is why she was passionate about getting this done.
I know anytime I see a story of a baby that's been left on the side of the road or unsafe, it tears in my heart just a little bit to see that this is so preventable.
Last year, her and her FCCLA members began working to help raise money for the project. London Fire Chief Carl Hacker says the city has supported this every step of the way.
Great support also from the mayor's office, city council, from Maggie, from everybody that had something, that had the vision to have this here. And I'm just glad that everybody worked together. It happened. It's a great thing for Laurel County to have.
He says this is the safest option.
A lot of times a mother would not take the chance on taking it to the hospital or taking it to the police, but here it's a place where it's safe. There's no cameras. She can make that decision knowing that she's left that baby in a safe place.
About 2 minutes after the doors closed, Fire officials are notified of the baby and will be there to help.
When the baby is put in there, the time of the day was 2 minutes and something. We've been at that time pretty close every test, no more than 2 minutes, 30 seconds. We have 24/7 crews here. If we're not here, we're out on call.
Saying the Laurel County Rescue Squad and ambulance service also have access to the building. In London, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
This is the 26th baby box in the state, this one being the second in eastern Kentucky after Corbin. One former Southern Kentucky police chief is coming out of retirement. Patrolman Wayne Bird has been sworn in and will serve the Corbin Police Department. Last year, Bird announced his retirement after serving the Williamsburg Police Department for more than 25 years.
Well, we stay dry into this evening, but those rain chances are on the way by this weekend, timing out those showers after this break. Plus,
we feature one more Ralph Gabbard Scholarship Award winner, this time out of the 15th region.